and today I'm going to show you exactly how I doubled my SoundCloud followers in just 2 months. So I'm going to introduce a new concept, and then I'm going to walk you through exactly the tools that I used and the tools that you will need. I'm going to walk you through the steps that I took, why this actually works, and the results that I got. So for you of those who are not familiar with the concept of mashups, a mashup is when you have the vocals from one song and the instrumentals from another, and then you combine them in a way that sounds good. Now, the way that I did it is a bit different because I did not just pick any songs for them. I decided to separate these two parts into a magnet and into a filter. So the magnet is essentially something that will attract people to your music, and then a filter is something that will keep the people who don't like your music out. Which means that for the magnet, I picked a very well known vocal from a well known song. And then for the filter, I picked a song that is less known, but that I would DJ in my sets. And this way, I was able to create mashups that would keep the people who I actually want in my account. So, what did I actually use? Well, for this, what you'll need is, first of all, a DAW. This is known as a digital audio workstation. This just means that it's an application that lets you combine the instrumental and the vocal from the mashup. Then you're going to need a download gate. A download gate is a tool that lets you put a link where people have to follow you on your socials before they can actually download your music. Then you'll need an audio splitter. This is a tool that lets you get the instrumentals and the vocals from any song you want. And cool artwork, because there are 1,000 people putting mashups up in SoundCloud, and you need something to make them go to yours. So, what tools did I use for each? Well, for the DAW, I use Ableton. I've always used it. For the download gate, I used HypeEdit. Then for the auto splitter, I used Lala.ai. And for the artwork, I used Canva. Once I got everything, I said, right, it's time to start making music. So I began to do a bunch of mashups. And then using this concept of the magnet and the filter, I was doing consistent mashups, which then led me to another idea. What if I was able to bundle these mashups? So the steps for this method are the following. The first is you make mashups, normally. So you get the instrumental, you get the vocal, you combine them, and then you have the mashup done, right? You make the artwork, and then you can put it in SoundCloud. Then you have to make a pack. And then once you have a pack, you rinse and repeat steps 2 and 3, and then you go into what I like to call packception. So I'm going to show you an example in SoundCloud of what I mean. So when you make a mashup, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have the title and the songs and the artist and as much information as possible from the original songs in the mashup. And you also want to make sure that it's a mashup, because this way people are going to be searching for those songs and they will find your song in the results. Now, things actually began to change when I published my first mashup pack, which then led me to the concept of rinse and repeat. Now, what happens when you have more than one mashup pack? This is where it gets nice. You have pack 1, which has mashups 1 through 4, and then mashup 2, which has other 4 mashups. And then you combine them and you release another pack, which is a mega pack. So what you want to do is you want to reuse the songs that you already have, and then you want to make an offer to the people who are actually looking at your profile that they can't resist. So they're going to say, hey, if I follow this guy, I get 8 good mashups. Fine, I'm going to do it. So it's pretty much a self-sustaining cycle, and the more you have, the more packs you're going to be able to make, and eventually you're going to be offering 120 mashups for free that you already have. And if people see that, then they will download it pretty much 100% of the time. Why does this work? Well, first of all, the people who are going to listen to you, they don't know you yet, but they do know the song that you're actually doing the mashup from. So this is going to attract new people into your profile, and then you're going to use the filter to make sure that only the ones who you want to stay actually stay. And then the songs and the packs are going to feed into each other. You're going to get more likes, people are going to play the music, people are going to repost the songs, you're going to be in everyone's face with the more mashups that you have. And then finally, you're able to redirect your traffic into other platforms so that you don't just grow on SoundCloud. You grow on Instagram, you grow on TikTok, you grow on YouTube, Spotify, you name it. Finally, what were my results? When I began, I had 20 followers. And what I did is I posted one mashup every week for 4 weeks, and in the fifth week, I did the mashup pack. Then I did two remixes just because I had them out there. But in the end, I was able to grow from 20 to 50 followers without any ads whatsoever. I did not publish anything on YouTube. I did not publish anything on Instagram. I did not publish anything anywhere. This was all organic from SoundCloud. So now imagine if you have a platform, if you're already known, or if you actually want to download or send these mashups to other people, then your results are gonna be better.